Hey everybody, Damon at Greenhorn Gardening. Here we are back here. Let me get you out of the sun. We are back here with the IBC Tote Project Fish Bed. And we've got the hacksaw and we're going to start hacking. I've decided that somebody, I think on the last video, someone mentioned that you're going to have some surface area exposed to the air just so you can get enough air into the into the water for the fish. I plan on adding an air pump as well as a water pump, so we'll make sure we got plenty of air in it. But what we got to do is turn this thing back over, and we're going to start cutting it here, and we're just going to make this a self-contained unit. That way I can just get some experience with it and then maybe expand on further if I so choose. So what we're going to do is get we're going to see if this jigsaw can handle it first. It may not. I know it can cut through this plastic, no problem, but it should be able to handle the metal. I think the blade on here is just kind of an all-around sort of blade. I've got a wood blade here and another one of these kind of piranha blades. I think I just got it at the Wally World or whatever, and it seems to cut. Well, I will say that this blade cuts much better than this blade, so we'll see. I don't know, just take my time and go with it from there. And let me turn this thing back over, and I'll be right back. Okay. All right. Be careful with spiders and such, because they tend to like all kinds of nooks and crannies. Alright, so we're good okay with there. Rest of that's draining. So, by the way, I mean, the main book that I've been reading here about aquaponic gardening is called, well, Aquaponic Gardening by Sylvia Bernstein. And a step-by-step guide to raise vegetables and fish together. And in here she describes some IBC totes and whatnot. And roughly what she recommends is that you have a growing bed that's approximately 1 foot deep. So we got our tape measure here, and we're going to just measure. Now from here to here, you got almost exactly 12 inches straight up. Okay, from the top here all the way down here is exactly 12, almost 12. It's exactly 12 inches actually. You know, just shy of it, maybe like 7-ish or something like that, but who cares? So what we're going to do is go ahead and just chop it off right here. We can go ahead and chop it off here, maybe a little bit more, but that may be all we'll really need. Probably a little bit less. And if you look there, it's more like 9 inches. If you go from the very top here to here, it ends up being more like 10 inches, 10.5 inches or something. But that's a good estimate. If we really wanted to be precise, we could probably cut it off a little bit more. But I think that if we just start there, I think we'll be fine. Because I was going to cut it down here, but I don't think we really need to. I think from here to here, just get the underside of that will be just fine. So that's what we'll start. Yeah, I actually found this section where she talks about IBC totes, and she recommends here to cut out the top 14 inches of the IBC tote as opposed to the top 12 like I was thinking. So if we come down here, and again that's 12, 14 would be almost halfway between these two. So I'm thinking, well, why not just make it a round number and just come all the way down here to the 19-inch point and be done with it. The problem is that now you cut off a lot of your stuff, so it could do that, but you know, the main thing is we're cutting off a huge portion of our storage stuff for the fish, and you're almost cutting it in half, which is not really what we need. So 14 inches does sound about right. The problem is that, dadgummit, how are we going to keep everything even? It's going to end up being sort of really grossed out. But if we go with the 14 inches, we're sure to get at least 12 inches worth of thing. So what we may do is go ahead and cut off the steel gate here and then just take the box here out, the whole unit here out, and cut it at the 14-inch mark. That way you have a little bit of playroom there, and well, that might work. I don't know. It's just not exactly even, you know what I'm saying? And so that's the kind of thing I'm kind of thinking about now. I'd much rather think about these things a lot before I just start cutting and hacking, you know. Because it took me a long time to just track down one of these things, and so what do you do, right? So let me go do some reading and some thinking again, and then yeah, if I'm looking at the picture here, she just pretty much cut off the top 12 inches and then just went ahead and cut 14 inches off the tote, and doesn't seem like she's too worried about keeping it exactly even. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll just go ahead and do the top 12 inches here, right below here, and then let's just go get the okay guys, unbestinking-leavable. Couldn't find the hacksaw. Just so I'm gonna shut it down today. I'm just gonna go inside, get some dinner, and or something, and we'll just come back and continue to work on this another day. Like I say, probably gonna cut here, or maybe even decide to go ahead and cut here a little deeper, have a little bit deeper bed, and be happy with that. And so there we are right here at a standstill until we can get the hacksaw, or maybe borrow a saber saw or something from a friend and get it done in short order.